the president, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, in the speech he talked about the fact that Ghana's independence was not gained by one man. And our agenda boys have written, Kumepreko was also a collective effort by people, but then it is his name that has been mentioned all these years.
Okay, so from Ghana we move to Nigeria.
Our neighbors.
Our sisterhood country. So during the week they held a protest, End Bad Government. They are fighting against corruption.
Okay.
And you get why they are actually our sisterhood country. Is the same thing we are fighting against.
Everything we are facing, everything we are fighting
high
against.
Cost of living, unemployment,
all
corruption.
of it. The world boss is out. If we're talking world boss, it's all about vibez kartel. Yes. I think at a point he was the best. The same day he came out, he did an album. But streets, G's, ne say, album, say, the it's all about the women's athletics final, like the 100 meters. Out of nowhere, a lady from St. Lucia, Julien Alfred, won. So Shekari came in second. Now the beautiful part about this story is, now this is their first ever medal, and they won it in women 100-meter final, and it was gold.
That's so a big win.
Big wins. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to another exciting episode of Week in Review. As always, it's your boy Terrence, and I'm here with
Dicta the Realtor.
It's right that we start with a Founders Day story, but not in the way you thought how. So, the president, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, was giving a speech on Founders Day. He was talking about it, and in the speech, he talked about the fact that Ghana's independence was not gained by one man. It was a collective effort. So he refuses to believe, or he refuses to state that it was all about Kwame Nkrumah. It was a collective effort. Now this comes months after the flag bearer's vice, the flag bearer of the NPP, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's vice, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, made a statement about the fact that His Excellency Nana Addo had done more for Ghana than Kwame Nkrumah ever did. People were still lashing him. They've not finished. Then the president also came to say this. And now agenda boys have written. I think they've said so many things. People are just talking. But the one that stood out to me is, we've always heard about Kumepreko. Kumepreko was a demo organized by His Excellency the President. It's one of the things that always stand out when we talk about Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. People are also saying that Kumepreko was also a collective effort by people, but then it is his name that has been mentioned all these years. So they don't get the hate on Kwame Nkrumah, where they are trying to talk up, like discredit the founding father, but then it's neither here nor there.
Which means I think the speech is basically to back what
Dr. Matthew Opoku. That's what people are saying. That means he agrees with what
they are so confident in what they have done for the country.
Yes. But the thing about MPP is, this government, they are usually comparing to other governments, because after 7 to 8 years, they are still comparing to John Mahama government, and they've even stretched as far back as Kwame Nkrumah. So happy Founders Day once again.
Okay, so from Ghana we move to Nigeria.
Our neighbors,
our sisterhood country. So during the week they held a protest against their president. The title is, I think, End Bad Government. They are fighting against corruption.
The speech yesterday, it was not encouraging at all. It doesn't even go with the line of our demand.
Rice bag is 90,000 naira. We couldn't even afford one square meal in a day.
The thing about such things is, if you say end bad government, HSN, or you are going to break it down.
Yes, so in the protest, they are fighting against 3 things. One is corruption. Two is high rate of unemployment. And last, I think, how do you even call this? High cost of living in Nigeria. And you get why they are actually our sisterhood country. It's the same thing we are fighting against.
Everything we are facing, everything we are fighting
high
against.
Cost of living, unemployment,
all
corruption.
Of it, the same. That's why we vibe, because Charlie, we they go through We they go
It's
through.
like we are twins.
We are twins.
Well, how I'm feeling, how Ghanaians are feeling, that's the same way Nigerians are also feeling. I think it was a 3 days protest. Yes. So today the president came out.
Okay.
Then according to him, he said they should calm down.
He has heard them.
Yes.
Format. No. He has heard them. Okay, let's see. Maybe because President Ruto of Kenya, yes, after the protest, he actually took steps. So it's a possibility that President Bola Tinubu will also in fact Tinubu.
Did I say Tinubu?
Or that was why. Anyway, continue the story. So on the lighter side, this story will actually excite my university roommate. Yeah, shout outs to Ivan. Now, World Boss is out. If we're talking World Boss, it's all about vibez kartel. Yes. Over the week, he had been in prison. He had been convicted since 2014. So 10 years later, he's finally out. Now, the conviction was about 2 shoes. People listening will wonder, what are 2 shoes? So he said somebody stole his 2 shoes. In their slang, it meant 2 guns.
In Jamaica.
Right? Yeah, in Jamaican slang. He's a dancehall artist. I think at a point he was the best. For those who follow dancehall, yes, he was the best. So after someone stole his guns, they had conversations, and allegedly they killed the person. But during the trial, some things didn't go on well. So they did a court of appeal. They appealed the case in UK. So a court of appeal in UK that they had not killed Clive Lizard Williams. That's the name of the person who died. Yes. Lizard. Anyway,
Lizard.
Yeah, it's a nickname, no, Lizard. Yeah. So they said they hadn't killed him, and indeed they found that there was juror tampering, there were some inconsistencies during the trial, and because of that, the case was overturned. So World Boss is out. Now, an update on that story is the same day he came out, he did an album. But streets, G's, ne say album funse the monsan boy, album funse na waberi nisia monsan faniko. So updates. I don't know what to say because I mean he's out. So
I think after his release, he did some small, like a 2-minute interview.
Yeah.
And this is what I picked from his interview.
Yeah.
He said, "Stay out of crime. It's not worth it. The youth out there." That's what he was.
That's
saying.
what he said.
Yes, he said we should stay. Like
prison gives you a lot of time to think. Dictator, sitting at one place. Somebody decides when you sleep, what you eat, what time you eat. Go and do this. Go and move here. So he might have had money. He was the biggest dancehall artist. So he might have had money, but he was limited. So even your creativity will be tampered with. So if that's the advice he's given,
we should stay out of crime.
And we should. We really should.
But before I start this story, it's very important to have like caring friends, kind friends.
Yes. In a country called Ghana. In a country called Ghana, yeah.
So one of our superstars, Lewin, popularly known as Lewin, has Cancer has built a fully finished house. How many bedrooms?
I don't know. They didn't state.
For his friend.
Yeah.
According to research, according to the story, they said the lady was going through some marital issues, finances issues. So as caring as Lewin is, and as sweet as he is,
she had been moved into a kiosk. So she was living in a kiosk now. And they told his sister and other people told him what his friend was going through.
And that was his childhood friend.
Yeah, his childhood friend. Yes.
Charlie Lewin, kudos.
Yeah. He started the house. When he started it, then he got this accident. So it shifted his focus. And now that he fully recovered, he said he made a mason building, but he has tried regardless. Yes. So he handed over the house and he has done really well.
On behalf of our friend, we are saying thank you to Lewin.
Thank you too. Yes.
For such a thoughtful mind and everything, the effort, the money, everything. God bless you, Lewin.
Yeah. Now to our final story is all about the Olympic Games. Yes. Apart from this disappointing opening ceremony where people had a lot to say. Yes. Everything they did in the opening ceremony was just twisted. Besides that, it's been a good tournament. Everything. People have broken world records. My favorite has been the archery. There's this Korean guy, I think Kim Woo Chin. He's been doing one. He just hits there like that. But that's not the story. It's all about the women's athletics final, like the 100 meters. Yeah. So my girl, the one I was supporting, Sha'Carri Richardson, she was the favorite to win the 100 meters. For so long, USA have wanted to win the 100-meter final, but Jamaicans have just been taking it. Finally, there was no real Jamaican standout opposition. And then the other ladies, Shelley and Fraser Price, got injured before the final. You get it? So everybody was expecting Sha'Carri. But at the end, out of nowhere, a lady from St. Lucia, Julien Alfred, won. Oh. So Sha'Carri came in second. Now, the beautiful part about this story is, this is the, first of all, St. Lucia is a country made up of just 200,000 people. So they can fit in Old Trafford Stadium, the whole country. They can fit in, I think, Santiago Bernabeu. They can fit, the whole country can fit there. Now, this is their first ever medal. And they won it in women 100-meter final, and it was good.
That's a big win.
Big win. So congratulations to St. Lucia. And the lady, she's a legend for life. Like what she has, these are things that separate, show that there are gods among men. So it has separated her from her peers. She has done really well. Even though my girl didn't win, congratulations to her.
Considering the games going on, what do you think I can do? Guys, don't worry. Next 4 years, you will see me.
Somebody because the serious. It's not about the seriousness. It's not. I'm not saying you're not serious. It's about the fact that these people have been training since they were kids. I saw a video where there was a guy, like an Olympic. He has qualified for Olympic swimmer, and swimming with other regular good swimmers. So they started the swimming, but before he jumped in, he still caught up to them.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yes, so they've been training since they were kids.
Meanwhile, when I jump into pool, I have to steady things.
Have you noticed a lot of black people don't
You don't like
swimming? But then the second in I think the 50-meter butterfly, I forgot his name. He's Canadian, but he's black. He did really well. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been another exciting episode of Week in Review. As always, it's been your boy Terrence, chilling with
the Realtor.
I've told you, like, subscribe, share, and don't care about the news. We got you.